Hi everybody. Today we're looking at 3DO and we are loading up. What are we loading up?
Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Showdown.
Very cool game from the Neo Geo.
Right.
That I used to play at a pizza joint all the time back in the day. So I thought we never looked at a fighting game on here yet. So I thought we'd give it a shot. This game had 4 buttons in the arcade, and so this controller, 3DO controller, has these 3 main buttons here. Then you've got a couple shoulder buttons. So I'm not sure how they handle it, but we'll figure it out. So we're gonna try the normal level. We'll see how it goes, Boat. Of course, I only got 1 stick, so unfortunately we can't play 2 people. But this guy's based on like Big Van Vader, sort of. Okay. I always like this guy, the generic. Oh, I gotta fight myself. Have you played this much, Boat?
You were of all the SNK fighting games, I've probably played this one the most. But that by no means that I'm any good at it.
Did you play 1 or 2 the most?
Probably 2.
Now the thing about this game that separated it from all the games is the scaling. Now the NES version, the Genesis version, they didn't scale. This one actually has the scaling in it, and it makes a difference. I mean, that's sort of the hallmark of the code. Now the load time wasn't bad there, was it?
No.
Okay, make sure I get my sword situation fixed up here. Oh, fart attack! What a jerk! This game was always hardcore. I mean, it was a weapons-based fighting game, and those weren't something you saw every day.
Right. That's what I really liked about it. I like the variety of weapons.
I like the fact you could lose your weapon.
Mm-hmm. You can actually break the other person's weapon.
Yeah, which is very cool. So hey, just now trying this the first time. The joystick's a little loose. This game I've played much more with the actual proper arcade stick than I have a gamepad. But it's not bad. I will say the 3DO stick is not as good as say a Super Nintendo stick. Not just because of the button situation, it's because it's. If you look at it, it's got that disc that hangs out, and I've never liked sticks like that. They always feel kind of wacky.
The Genesis is like that too.
Oh, fart attack! He's mad at me now. Now let's see if I can figure out where they've mapped the. Trying to figure out where they've mapped the actual kicks. That's not yet. Well, I don't know what they've done. In the arcade,
you're mad now. Do your power.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Just hold AB. Oh man.
Yeah, he had me in a bad spot there, but butt attack.
Yeah, that's no good.
Luke would be pleased. That's his favorite attack, the old butt attack. All right. Big pink freak. Yeah, I eat that. It actually feels pretty good. I'll let you have the next go.
Okay.
Gosh, he's just killing me with that.
But I'd say this is pretty much arcade perfect.
It looks, there it is.
The graphics look just like the arcade.
See if they did the thing here. I like the one where they sort of slide in half. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. There's the tumbleweeds. I mean, it looks good, sounds good. The good thing about the 3DO, you get all that CD quality sound, which is always great. And I will say, I've not played this console a ton, but I have found that it's a pretty reliable console. I have less problems with it than I have with a lot of other stuff. You know?
Seems like we have good luck with the disc-based systems in Amiga Studios East. We had good luck with the Saturn.
Yeah.
When it comes to the cart-based, the Genesis, it just died on the vine.
Yeah. Oh, you keep rubbing it in, Boat. Jeez, man. Just give me a break. I'm going to get it fixed, man. I don't know what happened with the Genesis. It'd been working fine, but I don't know what happened. The load time, though, not bad.
No.
I mean, that's tolerable. We're spoiled now because we can play the arcade version of this without any lag. You're right. I mean, if you look at the background stuff, it's very detailed. Now we're running the 3DO with a regular just RCA cable. It's actually got a S-video output that I don't have hooked up. That is also quite nice. So these actually could
be a little bit nicer.
A little bit better. Yeah.
Oh. I love the this game has such a wide variety of different characters.
It does. What I like about the game a lot is the music. Mm-hmm. That cultural, Japanese, traditional. I love it. It's a very unique sounding music. You've been overseas many times. I'm sure you really got submerged into that sort of stuff back when you were there. Plus, you teach world music.
When I went to Japan, unfortunately, I spent most of my time hanging out in arcades, and didn't get a chance to go see any kind of like sumo or anything like that. But next time I go, I really want to do that.
Sumo would be tremendous.
Yeah,
they've got Sumo Hall out there. Unfortunately, when you were there, that would have been the time to go because sumo has fallen on some hard times in the past decade or so.
Well, I know that they had that big match fixing scandal, and
plus they had the murder charge thing, and sumo over there is hardcore.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned, but there was a wrestler in WWF named Earthquake. His name was John Tenta. He was a former sumo, and he literally. You're indentured effectively to your school over there, and when you're a low-end sumo starting out, you're washing feet and thongs and scrubbing the other sumos down and bathing them and cooking their food and cleaning everything up. And Tenta, they wouldn't let him leave. Like you couldn't leave. So the story from John Tenta, he wrestled. He had a sumo match. I believe it was at one of the big stadiums. And literally had a car waiting and ran out from his match, ran straight from the arena floor to the waiting car, drove to the airport, and went home.
Got out of there, yeah.
So
it's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
See how long I can keep this going here.
Yeah, you got a good thing with it. How's it feel to you?
It feels good.
The pad is a little wonky.
Yeah, to me this feels better than the Genesis, but not quite as good as the Super Nintendo.
Well, the Genesis, if you get the good 6-button sticks, they've revamped them. They're not a little bit better. I always found, but yeah. It's funny. I was never a huge fan of. I kind of like the Saturn's controller. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good one, and because it's got. I love the layout. But the Genesis 6-button stick was a good stick. Their original stick, I think it's a hardy stick. But I mean, it's the Nintendo stick is tough to beat.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual control plug, the thing.
The pad itself.
This guy is tough. I love the rain effects and stuff. Very nice. I don't think the scrolling, the scaling is quite as smooth as it is on the Neo Geo. It's a little more abrupt.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's not bad.
And just the fact, like you said, that it's there at all.
Right. You can see how, I think the Neo Geo scrolls more smoothly than this. You're in and out in a hurry on this. There's no messing around. Man, he just fed you the flaming doom
that
there.
That was no good.
Isn't that to laugh at you? That's just being a jerk there. Just that music, by the way. Just lovely, rich. The Neo Geo, I will say, a lot of the games we've played on it so far, they did take advantage of having that CD audio.
You're talking about the Neo Geo?
The 3DO. I wish I had a Neo Geo. We'd be laughing, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, nice comeback, by the way.
I love that. I wish I could do that in real life. Throw my sword up in the air and catch it.
Has anyone ever done that?
Probably.
I mean, it looks cool, but let's face facts. There's the aspect where you can throw your weapon and lose it, which I like.
I took kendo lessons for a while when I lived in Virginia. It was a combination of Iaido and kendo.
Yeah.
And I could never progress far in kendo because, I have all of the equipment, but the mask just doesn't go well with glasses. You have to buy special kendo glasses because it hugs your face so tight.
It hurts.
And I didn't do that, and so.
Now your belt is in what? What is your?
My belt is in Heidong Gumdo.
So
that's a Korean sword.
Sort of an offshoot or whatever.
They developed sort of simultaneously in Korea and Japan.
Very good, Boat. Hey, you gave it a good whirl.
Yeah, so that is.
I'm impressed with that. That's not bad, eh?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was good.
So, guys, we will see you on the next game. Adios.